appointed as CARICOM special representative on Haiti. And he was able to work with the Clinton Foundation, with the US government, and the international community, especially the European Union, in ensuring that we're able to mobilize the resources, which culminated in the donor conference for Haiti, which was held on the 31st of March at the United Nations. So far, a commitment of about $5 billion has been pledged for 2010 to 2011, and a total of about $9 billion have been pledged in the short term. That, we sure, will assist Haiti in its development, but it has to be done with the building or the rebuilding of the governance structure to ensure that the issues of corruption can be dealt with, to ensure that some of the threats that the system has been plagued with over decades can be addressed. And therefore, one of the biggest emphasis of CARICOM now is building institutions. And we have provided the support, and all of CARICOM is at the disposal of the Haitian people in ensuring that we can rebuild this institution, educational, healthcare, and of course infrastructure, to ensure that we can build stronger. Again, I run out of time, but one of the things that I wanted to highlight was the contribution that the Republic of Cuba and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela are playing in the development of Haiti. I remember in 2000 visiting a medical school which was constructed in Cuba especially for Latin Americans. And at that institution, there were close to 1,000 Haitian students pursuing degrees in medicine and other medical related fields. So they have played, and they continue to play, a very, very important role in Haiti's development, especially in the development of its human resources. And that is very, very important. CARICOM has pledged its support, and CARICOM will be playing a very important role in rebuilding institutions. We will mobilize all the resources that we have at our disposal in the region. The University of the West Indies is well placed in assisting, especially in the area of skills, training, and so forth, because what we have to recognize that we're not simply rebuilding homes, but we are rebuilding a nation, and that will require the infrastructure, but the human resource capacity to be built upon. And that is why I believe that CARICOM and other member states within our region, Latin America, especially, as I said, Cuba and Venezuela, because they were working in Haiti long before the earthquake, and they will continue to work in that regard.
Thank you, Ambassador. Another question, please.
Good evening, sir. It's a follow-up to the previous question. We know that Dominica is part of the CARICOM Islands, and we want to know, what is Dominica doing in contributing to the rebuilding of Haiti?
I suspect if you contribute, you'll be contributing on behalf of Dominica.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. The way you say Dominica, is only Dominica could say it that way. But I know mine, and mine knows me, so sorry about that. But I think really we've played our role, and the people have played a very important role in mobilizing resources through, just communities coming together, people coming together. There was a special concert for Haiti. I mean, people played their role, and they made contributions. Presently, Dominica holds the chair of CARICOM, and Prime Minister Roosevelt's career has been very, very influential in assisting and mobilizing resources on the behalf of Haiti. We have also contributed directly. I'm not in a position now to quantify it. I was trying to do that before I got here, but that was a bit difficult to do. But we were able to make significant contributions to Haiti, and we have, I think, per capita, perhaps the biggest Haitian community in the CARICOM. We have a significant Haitian population, and we have always espoused the type of policies, immigration policies, that have welcomed Haitians into Dominica and make them feel right at home. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that we speak a common Creole. Not exactly the same thing, but at least we can understand one another.
Thank you. My first question is, how do you address this issue of trust, of accountability, and thinking that there is the Haitian people themselves have a historic distrust trust of government? How do you begin to mobilize people from the grassroots level, moving to the top, to address issues of corruption, issues of mistrust, and issues of lack of accountability for the rebuilding of Haiti?
I think you touched the very important point of building up the trust, because people have been deceived so many times. So it is important that from the people themselves, it is articulated in terms of the transparency that has to exist on what it is that is needed, how it is that it is approached, and how it can be done. Because trusting the government to do it and not understanding what the government is doing has been the problem for many years. So we need to have institutions where people can really have a say in what is being done and understand that it's being done for their advantage and not to the advantage of others. Because some people have become rich are using what was given to each.
Two things I just wanted to touch on. One is in response to the point made by Professor, I don't remember his name. It is true that pledges are made, and I think that is very important, because the Haitian government, I know the ambassador, your ambassador to the United Nations, as well as your president, were complaining about the implication of pledges which are made and how people interpret it. Because they expect him to go back to Port-au-Prince with a briefcase of money or something, you know, so he could just solve all the problems. It is not like that. But it's a very transparent process. The information is online, it's on the UN website, there's a special website dedicated for that. You can know what countries pledge and what they have actually given. So that information is there. We must educate the people, let them know the facts, and it is there. It can be verified. The other point that is made, I think it's not really totally responding to the point made by Professor, but the fact is, when Aristide was removed from office and sent to somewhere in South Africa, we as CARICOM, we were in serious confrontation, quote unquote, with the United States of America, because we felt that it was wrong. So CARICOM was there when we had these problems. CARICOM was there when the Washington Conference on Haiti was held and the commitments were made. We made a call at the United Nations in 2008 at the General Assembly for the countries which have committed to Haiti to really live up to the commitment. So CARICOM has been a support and an advocate group for Haiti. So we have played that very important role. Finally, I think in rebuilding Haiti, one of the things that I have not heard much about is the issue of trade. And the young Asian man made the point about aid. Yes, but the response to that, what was said to you by the lady, is that why isn't Haiti and the other developing countries being given an opportunity to trade? Why is it that the Doha round, which started a few years ago, has been stalled? Because the United States continues to subsidize its farmers at a rate that makes it impossible for the Haitian farmer to sell his produce. So it is cheaper to get on your table in the supermarket, at the market in Haiti, produce from Florida and from other parts of the United States, cheaper than those produced right there in Haiti, because the United States and Europe continue to subsidize their farmers. So these are some serious issues. We should make a case.